It's coming out right now. Another drop in the back as the Marines continue to harass. This time the Army's a little bit more ready. Great fungal. They won't be loading back up in that medevac. It will go down as well, and that dropship will be thwarted on that one.
And looks like some SCVs maneuvering over into this new expansion of QXC, and there is a tank drop onto this high mineral field, trying to kill some tanks. Currently at 3 HP or 3 kills. Is he going to be able to get any more drones? There he goes, going up to 4. There is a Hydra, but he does not have sight up here. The Overlords will have to grant that sight to the Hydralisk and Roaches, and that tank will most certainly fall.
Yeah, it falls pretty quickly, but not before it does a pretty good amount of damage right now. Another drop, as it is just going back and forth. He's just continuing to pump out little drop parties in order to come over. Remember, the Army is way out of position right now. Oh, he's going to go after that Greater Spire. Currently, Morphine is about ready to finish. Zerglings do come in. They're trying to finish it off.
Is he going to get it?
20 HP. They got it.
And he does! That is huge. Taking out a tech like that, he goes ahead and gets that fungal growth onto that medevac, but losing your Greater Spire just as it finishes.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sen was waiting on those Broodlords to go ahead and start pushing here, as it does do great against missile turrets and tanks as well as Thors, but he's going to have to rebuild it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It would have put him further along in the tech line, obviously, giving him a few more options here. You can see the gold-based planetary fortress style up for QXC. He's building another command center, trying to stay ahead of the Zerg as far as the bases go while he continues these drops, and here it comes. We've been waiting for this for quite a while, and Sen is now ready to go ahead and go for it. We've got 6 Overlords completely filled with units making their way over, and these small groups that are there to watch for these are not going to be able to do much. And where's the Army going to come from? Here comes a bunch from the front door, but they could be loaded right back up and gotten out of there. Let's find out what happens. Oh, he's going to do that. Oh, but he's getting some pressure from the Vikings. He's going to try to take down the final units, and he does. So good job by QXC. He's got a good unit spread going on. And, oh, he actually was targeting the lowest Overlord. He would have taken out some Roaches there, but it won't matter. Those Roaches will all get unloaded and be okay. And we have got a real, I mean, 195, 193. We are going to see a very, very huge battle here.
Yeah, it looks like the Spire has been started again there from Sin. QXC going to try to take this. He's going to try to drop creep here with that Overlord, but the Marines will push that out and actually block the command center a little bit. There it goes, landing down, throwing down that planetary fortress. And QXC still in control of his side of the map. That is just so many forces right there from Sin, and he's going to be going for another drop as those Corruptor eagerly await that Greater Spire instead of just looking like those things from the Matrix. So here comes another drop with Sin here, loaded up. Is he going to drop onto the main force, or is he just going to go ahead and take out that expansion?
These are all Banelings in here, so he's going to push forward, drop the Banelings on top of the tanks. It's a great little strategy. Also, you can get the back line right there, and just allows you to move forward and completely steamroll through an army like this. Bailey's going to be dropped down all the way in the back. Look at that. Despite the fact that there are enormous amount of siege tanks out there, the drop Banelings from the skies do a ridiculous amount of damage. They really cut through the forces, and it is now 149 to 133 right now. And oh, we got a drop in the main while all this is taking place. And look, oh my God, I must have missed that by a mile. Really paying attention to all the battles going on. It's going to be a trade here, but he's going to go after the Ret as well. Planetary Fortress will get repaired, and he will drive him out of there. Amazing.
And looks like the Corruptors and Overlords are going to try to do any damage they can to this drop. QXC getting away. Is he going to be able to kill that medevac? He does have corruption on it, but no. Is it going to live? He does have so low HP, and it does fall. Not that big of a deal, but when you're in this tough situation, losing anything like that, it's got to be demoralizing. Those Corruptors will go home satisfied there, as they finally did something in this game instead of just floating in the sky. Now let's go back and look at the forces of QXC. He does have a couple of Vikings continuing to produce Marines and tanks, but Sin is doing the same exact thing. A scan right on top of the forces of Sin, and there are no Banelings in these Overlords this time, but he's going to go ahead and produce a ton of Lings. Probably going to be making those into Banelings very soon, but here come the Broodlords.
Yeah, and he did lose a few Corruptors, but the Broodlord's going to do a heck of a job versus those siege tanks and some of those ground forces. We do see some additional Vikings having come out here, but just look at this army. I mean, think about how much Sen lost in that last battle, despite the fact that he did a ridiculous amount of damage. Of course, all the Banelings, suicide units, so they are gone. But right now, he's almost back to the exact same army that he had before, 178, 167, a little short, but he's got these Broodlords coming out. Remember, they do need support. Another another drop in the back. He's going to this time try to take out the pool, but I think it will be deflected as that medevac will get out of there with 20 points of health.
And here come the three Broodlords pushing up a little bit, going to try to take out any units that they can. QXC taking another base here, but the Broodlords will be going to intercept that. But QXC moving out here to the zone. Naga Watchtower sees this huge force that Sin has. Is Sin going to engage? The siege tanks going ahead and getting a couple of volleys off. And it looks like here comes the big fight with Sin and QXC.
And here it comes. Although there are no banelings inside there, they got to be careful here. It's immediately taking out the siege tanks. But look at this great job being done here by Sen, pushing forward this army in the back. Siege tanks doing a ton of damage. Meanwhile, the Broodlords are taking out that planetary fortress over there. But again, an equalization of the armies, pretty much trading straight up. And QXC is reinforcing with some siege tanks right now, bringing those out. He's doing a great job bringing the Zerglings, and he might be able to finish this off. But again, both players going to be without an army. However, look at these Broodlords out. Oh, the Vikings catch up to them, and with no support, they will go down so easily. The repair on the planetary fortress, basically a nullified attack at that point. Fantastic job by QXC, really staying alive in this matchup.
Yeah. QXC right now in fighting for his tournament life in the winner's bracket, as Sin did take that first game. It seems like so long ago, as this game has almost been going on for 30 minutes, but Sin definitely in command right now. Here come a ton of Banelings. They're going to roll straight into that planetary fortress.
Nice, it's going to get the initial damage off, block from the repair, and it will, oh my god, it goes down. Just barely, and actually comes out there with a lot of units, but here comes the counterattack by QXC. Siege tanks are going to play a big role in that. They do a lot of initial damage, but oh, Infestor's going down. A few infested Terrans out as well. Great fungal here on this little army that's left, but no more units to clean it up. And once again, QXC just comes by a little bit ahead right now. In fact, 162 to 86. Look at this army getting ready to come out here. Still got one at the front. Plenty of siege tanks, and what I'm worried about here about Sen a little bit is that he just is kind of going this Zergling Bangling push. He's sort of pulled back a little bit on some of those high-tech units, and here we go, another attack. Siege tanks just doing a ridiculous amount of damage there, those ground forces, and once again, those few roaches won't be able to clean that up. In fact, he may chase him down, and oh, the Ultralists are out, but that Ultralist is not going to move forward quite yet. If QXC can contain in this area that we're in right now, it could turn into good game for
Sen. He's going right for the main artery of Sin, as this is one of two bases that he is currently mining from. There are no units except for this one Ultralist who's going to waddle his way in, try to do some damage. QXC is going to fall back. Is he going to be able to kill these forces? No, a little bit late on the siege, and those roaches and that one waddling Ultralist will be able to defend this attack, but QXC is almost ready for another one.
Yeah, and also 2 more Ultralists, 16 roaches coming out, another 6 being added that. We've already got 3 out on the field right now, so the Ultralist forces is going to increase pretty considerably here. Just some Marines around. Let's take a look at the unit counting tab. You could see Baneling coming in. We got Ultralists, 21 roaches, 6 Ultralists out right now versus 10 Marauders, 4 Vikings, and 35 Marines. 5 siege tanks. So this is going to be a critical time here for both players.
And here we go, a big fight. Stim has been used. The Ultralists are trying to do some damage here. Tank's not in siege mode. That is going to be a huge mistake. QXC trying to fight for his life right now. He does have a drop down here at the 6 o'clock. We'll go look at that in just a minute, as he is going to hold off this attack, and there is the burrow from Sin just coming in. Not sure if QXC has enough energy, but he has knocked out this hatchery at the 6 o'clock. There's only one base right now that Sin is mining from. Can QXC actually come back and win this game? This has been so tough to call this entire series.
Yeah, absolutely, but you got to think that QXC is continuing to pull ahead here. He's got the island expansion. We've got another drop back here, because if he could take this one out, then he's really going to hurt the Zerg player. We got some roaches being dropped up top with the medevac's help. Will they be able to take out those roaches? I believe the answer is yes. There we have another one falling down as the numbers dwindle. This group will take it out, and then it'll be free on, oh my gosh, moving in another great drop. And QXC really working like multiple angles of this map. I think that every single time he's doing it, he's making more and more in his favor.
Now, we have been in this match for 32 minutes. The APM average is 201.74. These players have got to be exhausted. Here comes another drop from QXC with a handful of Marines going to be able to take out that extractor. QXC pushing forward with these Vikings in this tank bio ball force. Here comes a huge push right now from Sin. This might be the last attack that he does do. Looks like the tanks did see siege in time, and they're going to be able to take out these forces.
Oh,
GG
wow.
from Sin. We're going into game 3, Wheat.
Wow, that was an amazing, amazing match. And you know, before you hit score screen, just look at the mini-map and just sort of go, God, that is amazing. That was like a StarCraft 1 matchup, all the bases being taken, huge back and forth battles. But QXC, give that guy a pat on the back for the amount of aggression that he was dishing out in that matchup. The fact that he was doing these multi-pronged attacks almost consistently. He did some very smart moves like eliminating some of the key buildings like the Ultralisk Cavern at the end there. And then what could Sen do at that point?
Yeah, when he took that Greater Spire out, I think it really threw Sin for a loop earlier on, because I mean, he had Corruptors. He was waiting to take those Broodlords and go ahead and push, sitting at 200, 200, or around 200, 200 right there, waiting for those Broodlords, and then QXC just denied him. So we are going to be waiting on Sin for the next map, and looks like we're going to have to try to communicate with him, because we need
to find out what his map selection is going to be, but that's okay. Give me a moment to just kind of settle down a little bit. Heart rate's high, and if my heart rate's high, I can only imagine what those players' heart rate is like right now. There's the crowd. You guys love that game. I know it.
So it looks like Sin is currently busy. Hopefully someone can tell him to unbusy so he can talk with us. Wow, there's a huge crowd all the way down the tournament area. It looks like the crowd's filling the entire room that we're in. That's just great to see. StarCraft 2 here on the MLG Pro Circuit. Third and final event for this year, National Championships. Couldn't ask for a better tournament.
Yeah, and again, I can't stress enough that we are in winter bracket round 3.
Yeah, exactly.
It's you know, people be like, oh, am I tuning into the semifinal, the quarterfinal? No, we are still so early. I don't even think we've hit the octos yet. 128 players began this tournament. Some are going to be eliminated today, but the battle for that upper bracket and staying inside, it's such a huge advantage to be able to fight as far through that bracket as you possibly can. You ultimately end up playing less games throughout the competition, and you get a little bit further, allowing you to get that second chance a little bit more. And okay, interesting.
Yeah, so looks like Sin has decided to throw in Blistering Sands as his map. I think that QXC vetoed Scrap Station. So we are going to
be smart.
Yeah, that's obviously a Zerg favored map. We've talked about that before. So we'll go ahead and make you the lobby host instead of me trying to host it. So I'll join your game, and then go ahead and invite Sin. If you want to invite QXC, that would be great.
I'm doing that right now, getting all the players into the game. Again, another phenomenal matchup being shown here for the MLG 2010 Dallas National Championships. We did Raleigh, we did DC, and now here in Dallas, Texas, to finish everything off, we've got Game 3 between QXC and Sen. Too close to call here. I would not even want to be put in the spotlight and want to make a prediction here, because this is going to be very, very tough. Both players are ready. We're going to start and jump right into the game. Big round of applause. These guys putting on
some noise.
An awesome, awesome show here.
And caster build order for this map. I'm actually going to throw this to you because, Wheat, I heard that you like backdoors.
I do. I do. Commonly known, of course, Shakura's Plateau. Absolutely